Hello there, guys. I'm going to make a video on something that I would like to say. And this is mostly for the people I know and for a phenomenon that has happened for a long time. Okay, but as I'm going to say here, um, I'm just gonna say that I've been getting accused of being somewhat weird in a way, but it's not like, you're weird, and I'm not like affected by that. I get called weird all the time. It's more of just getting distreatment from everybody that I meet. I will not be saying these people's names as I respect their boundaries of not wanting to be on social media. So, in the past couple months, I've been thinking on how people act depending on the stage of the friendship that I'm in with them. Specifically, some people in my class, this is mostly for the people I know. And if you're not one of those people, I'd suggest that you click off the video. But apparently, me saying it is not enough, so I'm just gonna post it on YouTube and hope that somebody sees it and understands. Um, I've been thinking on how people act towards me depending on their friendship level with me. Um, so about 4 years ago, I met everybody that's in my like class right now. In second grade, third grade. And in second grade, I met, let's call them suspect A. Not that they did anything wrong. I'm just going to call them that. So, um, A had been mean to me, and I can't be one to talk because I was low key mean to them. But as time goes on, I've been realizing that A has been it's hard to explain and hard to put into words, but has been acting differently depending on if I'm in their friend circle. And what I mean by that is there's a bunch of friends, right? And then in their friend circle, like they're all friends, right? In that friend circle is what I'm calling it. Um, Everybody treats me differently depending on if I'm in a separate level of a friendship with one of them, like best friends or something like that. And it's been getting to the point to where I feel like I don't want to be friends with some people anymore because I'm getting involved with people that are making me into an uncomfortable space, an emotional space, and a very insecure space of community. And I'm going to make a retort against that right now. So, what has been happening in the past couple months is me getting treated differently than I regularly have been. Specifically with, let's call them suspect B. So B here has been acting a little bit weirdly regarding me being the same thing. I don't know how to put this into words, but me being weird. And they've been keeping their distance more than they usually have been. Um, and that freaks me out a little bit because I just wonder what caused that. Suspect A had said that I can always talk to them. Though, however, it doesn't feel like it, as so they've told absolutely everyone they know that whatever I've told them. And this includes Suspect B, as Suspect A and Suspect B have been in the same friend group for for 2 years ish. Um, and it has been getting to a point to where I'm getting kind of angry and pushed into where I don't know what I can do anymore. And I've reached a breaking point of this happening for 5 years, of this friend circle completely just ignoring my personal space. Though I try my best to respect their personal space and their boundaries, sure, I may fail sometimes to do that, but as I do my best, they don't try at all to try and meet my boundaries that I've set. And it's been getting on my nerves a while. Um, it's just heartbreaking how I used to have all these good friends and they're just not hitting the same as they used to. Suspect C is a really close friend of mine. They are somebody I play with, most notably, since you guys know them pretty well, I'm gonna say their channel. That Chicken Nugget, Suspect C, has been a really good friend up until now, and I can entirely exclude him from this entire whatever. I can exclude him from this because he's a good friend and I don't really have anything against him. Um, but we'll get more into that later. Suspect D. Um, I've been getting friendish with them, and I'm pretty glad that I have been because we've known each other for around 6 years, and we've had a pretty good of a relationship friend-wise, for a while. Um, Honestly, I'm just gonna give out a hint so that if they do watch this video, they can get an idea on who this might be. Um, they did send me a funny email picture of a drawing of them, and looked pretty cool, to be honest with you. But it was a drawing of them, and it was also funny. And to this day, I kind of say, do I have to go to emails just to haunt them about it? Um, but I've been getting into like getting a new friend over that recently. Um, Also, let's just call this let's just say, suspect E here, um, is one of the actually is the oldest in the class. And I feel safe talking to them. Um, as they have been with me through tough times. I trust them a lot. Um, and I don't have anything against them. I'm just naming who I trust and who I don't so that I can get an idea of what I can say on these types of people that have been me being good friends with them and then me being like just apparently what they call me a weird slash terrible person to talk to. And it's been getting quite on my nerves because low key, I don't think I deserve that type of disrespect. Sure, I haven't been, I can't be the one to talk because I've been giving a bunch of people disrespect, but at the same time, I just want it to quit because it's just a cycle that I've been trying to break for a long time. Um, and then when I try to actually get them to stop, they don't listen. Ever. They won't. And it's just this cycle that keeps on repeating and repeating and repeating of me just getting more hurt the more I'm in this cycle and the more I'm in this bad community. So that's why I'm making this video. I feel like I'm pushed into an insecure corner with people that don't really think I'm a good person slash a weird person. And I'm here to try and change that opinion. However, when I've been trying to change it, it went good, and then it went bad, and then it went good, and then it went terrible, and then it went at the highest point yet in October 21st to November 6th. And then it just went downhill since November 6th. Um, where am I? Where am I? There they are. Okay. Um, it's just been getting to that point. I think you guys know what I mean. If you don't, that's just like sad. Cause if somebody that knows me is watching right now and they don't know what they've done wrong, that just proves that they're not paying attention to what they're doing to me mentally and emotionally. Um, but it's just been getting to that point. It's just, I've said it a million times. It's really getting to that point because nobody can respect anybody's boundaries. Though I and other people try our best, we don't do the best at boundaries. And I mean, come on. We're what? 12, 11, 13 years old? While people are saying stuff like hurtful stuff like this that force people to be like this. Um, And it's been a journey of me trying to gain a relationship with most people and getting more friends with most people. And by relationship, I mean friends. Um, However, since November 6th, that's been really getting hard because I've been getting judged off a mistake that I've made with somebody else. Let's call them Suspect F. Suspect F here. Um, wait, this was Suspect A. Anyway, Suspect A here, was the one that we had a rivalry with quotation marks, for the past 5 years, and they had somehow clung on to me, and I mean a liking to me, and after 5 years of being mean. Now, in my Cookie SMP Part 1 video, I had explained that I really shouldn't have made that choice because of how they had treated me in the past and how that they have hurt me in the past, considering them still hurting me through the relationship that I got into. And it's been getting to a boiling point with them that I can't feel safe trusting them anymore. As they have told everybody absolutely everything I've told them, everybody in that stupid friend circle. And the thing is, everybody in that friend circle, without a doubt, everything they say, they think is true. For instance, let's call this Suspect F now. Suspect F, we sit together in fifth period, has been constantly saying stuff that I am not really fond of. Yes, they have freedom of speech, and I can't say, oh, they can't speak because everything they say is terrible. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is the things that they have been saying are kind of terrible in means of regarding me and that mistake I've made with Suspect F or Suspect A. And it's been getting to a point to where I can't really take it anymore. And again, that's why I'm here. This is in best regards to me explaining how I feel so that I don't have to step up and tell everybody that. I feel like it's better to explain it to most people here rather than having to explain it to them there. And by there I mean at school, but it's just been getting really, really sad how I used to have a bunch of friends and now they just don't hit the same. Suspect. Ow. Hold on. Okay. As I was saying, Suspect G. Sorry, their name kind of slipped my tongue there. But now I guess they know who they are if they watch this. Just like Suspect C, I can entirely exclude them from this conversation. They are a pretty good friend, and however, they've had something going on. However, I don't know what it is. They've had something going on. I haven't figured it out yet. They're a pretty good friend, and whatever they have going on, it's none of my business. But yet again, I'm still kind of curious to know what has been hurting him all this time. Um, and I'm low key worried for him, but again, not my place. Um, ouch. Dude, where I keep on misplacing it. Hold on. Okay. Right there. It's right here. Okay. Back on topic. Um, suspect H. They've been a really good friend. However, they have been taunting me and stuff like that. It's been in a jokingly manner. And sure, a lot of people have done that, but again, I don't really feel like it's an actual joke, and I actually feel like it's what they've been genuinely calling me and like what they think of me entirely. Um, and that's been bleeding through with everyone, not just this specific person. Um, yeah. That's pretty much all the people I would like to speak about right now. Now let's talk about what I did on my part to make them think this of me. In third grade, I had known too much and said too much. I had known too little and said too much. So in third grade, I made some jokes that I'm not fond of. I really do regret it. And personally, that's my accusation of what people think I'm weird and why they think I'm weird. Also, when I asked, I got a specific opinion from, I think it was suspect E. I got a specific opinion of, quote, and I quote, because you're annoying and weird. Now, when they say that, um, I understand what they mean. I have a hard time following boundaries and listening to boundaries. And every time I break them, I say I'm sorry, and then it just ends up repeating that, and then people get annoyed at me. And that's what caused my relationship with suspect A to end, was because I was doing a bunch of that to them and they got annoyed at me making those mistakes. Um it's been a really long journey again. Um it's just the entire point of this is me speaking my piece because I've been holding it in for a long time, and I mean a long, long time, and I haven't found the right time nor the place to say it. Um, I'm just tired of having to act different for each person because recently I've been saying what they want to hear and not what they need to hear of my piece. I've been saying what they want to hear, not what I think. So I'm going to gradually move into that motion starting this week. So those jokes I was talking about were sexual. Um, Sorry, my throat hurts and I'm drinking a Coke to get that bubbly in there. It's just stuff like that. The jokes I made in third grade were quite excessive and offensive. Though I really do regret it, suspect, except for suspect H and suspect C, I think it was H, but I don't know. That I have excluded from this conversation. Have been offended by that and have think I'm annoying by that. Now, the person I asked, suspect E, I have not known them for even 2 years. All right, it all started in 5th grade when I met them and we sat next to each other. We were pretty good friends up until I started trying to make those jokes again, because I make those jokes with my friends all the time if you can't hear them. Like, you can literally hear me saying in Cookie SMP Part 1, you can hear me saying, I'm Dobbying it, as a joke, but that was with friends, and it was in a joking manner, and everybody laughed about it. It was fun. However, I said those at a very unmature time and a very I don't know. But I was very immature and had terrible timing saying those, and that's what caused people to think I'm weird. I don't expect the whole school to hear this, and I don't expect anybody to think, oh, he thinks he's Timothy. Oh, he thinks he's the main character by making a My Response video. No, I'm just speaking my piece. And this is why I've been holding in for a while, and I think it's time to get it off my chest. It's I don't know how to put it into words because this I feel like I'm feeling something that I'm not really mature enough to put into words. And it's been getting kind of hard to understand what people need and what people want of me. It's just been quite hard. But whatever. So that's all I really have to say. I hope this explains why I've been saying the things I've been saying. It's because I feel comfortable with those people that I say those jokes to. And or I just feel like I can start a friendship with those people, or maybe just start a new one because the one I had previously just ran to shit. But yeah. Thank you for watching this far. Though this is a 30-minute video, Thank you for watching. Thank you for enjoying. If anybody that sees this has any concerns, just go ahead and comment them, subscribe, like, goodbye.